This is Harry Bernard Taylor with my man Christopher Burton.
People's Podcaster.
And we're coming at you again and coming at you tonight. We're going to talk about WWE, and they got more cuts going on. So,
they out of here, boy. They out of here.
All about the cuts. We're going to talk about that, and we're going to talk about AEW Rampage. We're going to talk about Dynamite, and we're going to talk about a little Indy, some Indy action that we just checked out. It's on the page between two guys in APW, Jet Mars, and what's the other guy? AJ Frost.
I was about to say, how you forget your favorite wrestler, man?
Man, no, it's. I was thinking about AJ. I should have said AJ first, and then so I got kind of a little mixed up there. But so AJ Frost against Jet Morris. This was a very good match. We got it on the page. Probably go up a little bit, and you guys get to see it. Check out the match, man. It's a great match. You get a chance, get out wherever you at, see some of this independent action, man, because it's nice. It's tough. I mean, it's bringing wrestling.
Don't nobody get cut. Don't nobody get cut.
Right. And these guys doing it, man, mainly for the love of wrestling. They're doing it for the love of wrestling because they're not getting paid big money. Some of them are not getting paid at all. You know, getting some gas money. You know, maybe get a hot dog and maybe get a pack of chewing gum. So check them out. You know, get out there and appreciate your independent wrestling if you get a chance. But Chris, man, these cuts, man. I got it all. I got it all on my phone, man. But I don't have the list. That's one thing I should have wrote it all down. But I got it all on my phone. So right now I'm on my phone. But man, I mean, they cut some major talent.
Oh yeah, they did, man. They cut Keith Lee, who they just repackaged and rebrand.
Yep.
He's out of here. Nia Jax, she's out of here. Karrion Kross, he's out of here. Scarlett's out of here.
Yeah.
The chick from that rapping group, what is it? Rapping Forte, that chick from
yeah. One of Hill's people. You know, Hill ain't gonna like that. So they got Jessica Camille. They got that what's that blonde head girl that was pretty much B Fab B whatever Hill. Yeah, she's gone, man. And what's the blonde headed one who was gonna try to go after the NXT title? The kind of big girl. She kind of big, thick. I forgot her name.
That's John Morrison's wife.
Yeah, she's out of there. So
she's gone.
It's Olin Larkin. He was a good prospect.
Yeah, he out of here,
really
man.
Good wrestler. He's gone. So I mean, they got rid of
Frankie Monet. That was her, Frankie Monet. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Frankie Monet. Ember Moon. They got rid of her. That's a big talent. That's a great talent. So
man, I'm trying to say, they let a lot of people go, man. WWE,
it was about 18. It was like 18, I think, on this cut, man. So,
man, WWE going down, man. It's a sinking ship, man. You could not pay me enough money to work for WWE, man. You couldn't. You couldn't. Ain't enough money, man. Because here today, gone tomorrow, man. I mean, it's just ridiculous.
I mean, it blows my mind. It really does. I mean, Karrion Kross, Keith Lee, man, that's major talent. That's major talent. So,
granted, they wouldn't use them right anyway.
Right.
And it's a man. WWE, I really think, man, somebody just needs to buy them and get it over with.
Yeah, they have to be setting up for a sale. Hill Carmichael said AEW gonna sneak up on WWE like Lamar from BMF. Man, one thing about AEW, they cannot continue to absorb this much talent. They cannot continue to. Some of them
people. I'm trying to tell you, some of them people gonna have to go to New Japan or something, man.
Yeah,
ain't no way. Ain't no way.
New Japan, you got. You
still got. NWA.
NWA, and you got MLW. So, I think it's one other one out there that's doing pretty good. you know, people just gonna have to take a pay cut, man, until they get into a situation to where they can make a good bit of money. So some of them gonna have to be going back and forth to Japan and working for one of these smaller independents. I mean, it is room for somebody else to come in, man, and make a major impact right now.
Of course, man, of course.
Because the whole thing about it is, you know, what's the name? WWE, all the way back to the WWF days, since Junior took it over back in '82, has been packaged as a TV show anyway. You know, he has packaged it mostly as a TV show more than he has as a wrestling company. He pretty much went back to the wrestling company thing when they was doing Attitude Era to counteract the NWO. You know, he packaged it as a more of a wrestling company, and they was more serious. But man, when you look at their last, I mean, since Crown Jewel, Crown Royal, whatever you want to call that, what was it?
Crown Jewel, man, Crown
Jewel. Ever since Crown Jewel, man, I mean, you know, you look at these shows, and it just, I mean, it's just cartoonish, man. It's just the way they packaging everything.
Yeah, I got the full list right here, man.
Oh, you got the full list?
Yeah, it's Frankie Monet, Amber Moon, Jessica Maya, Katrina Cortez, Jeet Rama, Oni Lorcan, Trey Baxter, Zeta Ramir, Scarlett, B-Fab, Grand Metalik, Lance Dorado, Karrion Kross, Harry Smith, Nia Jax, Eva Marie, Keith Lee, and Mia Yim.
Wow, man. You know, I can see, like, I mean, you have, I say about 6 names in there, pretty major. Pretty major, you know, got star recognition. And they just dropped them like a bad habit, man. It's crazy.
It is, man. I don't know what to say, man. But AEW can't take all these people. No, like I said, some people got to go to New Japan. Somebody got to go to NWA or something like that, man. You know, even work, you know, some independent shows or something, you know.
Yeah.
They can't take on everybody, man.
No, they can't. Some will go to NJPW, Impact Wrestling, Ring of Honor, MLW, NWA, couple indies, including GCW.
Ring of Honor? Well, ain't no more Ring of Honor.
No, it's no more Ring of Honor. I mean, Ring of Honor talking about putting on shows, but they're going to be taping up until like March or April, and then what? And then what?
I
don't know, man. I don't think they're gonna come back because Sinclair, man, they spent so much money, and Sinclair, and when it boils down to it, which I was telling one of our listeners, I was telling Rodnico earlier. I said, when it boils down to it, Ring of Honor, he got Hill Carmichael says Ring of Honor 2022. I don't know. We'll see. But you know, Ring of Honor come back, they probably gonna have to be on their own when it boils down to it. I don't know if Sinclair is gonna back them like they did before. Now, Sinclair was backing them. That's why all those wrestlers got paid a pretty good salary, and they got paid through the pandemic. Sinclair got more money than Tony Khan and Vince McMahon combined. Sinclair, man, they own a whole bunch of stations. They own a lot of syndicated stations, man. That's a $6 billion.
You gotta think too. Tony Khan ain't the real backer.
No, he's not.
He got some money from his daddy.
His dad, yeah. And
now his daddy is loaded. Now he can probably run with Sinclair if he wanted to.
Well, Sinclair's still ahead of him too. Sinclair. But nobody in Sinclair is worth more than him. Sinclair is a conglomerate. They are, they're a group. But I'm just saying Sinclair is worth $6 billion. And they was back in Ring of Honor. But like me and you was talking before, like we was talking before, they're not going to continue to back a sinking ship and bring down all their other companies, everything else that's involved with Sinclair. They're not going to let that bring down the other departments. So Ring of Honor, they probably repackage it, Ring of Honor, but they probably tell those guys, you on your own. We'll put you on TV and all that, but we're not going to back you with Sinclair money.
Exactly. So and then you got to think, Ring of Honor, how much money did they save? How much they got in their bank, to try to make a comeback, if even possible.
Yeah. When it boils down to it, man, they lost money. Ring of Honor lost money. they had the ring. They had everything that they had in the backup system. They had to lose every bit of that because they wasn't putting on no live shows, and their TV shows, man, really wasn't that great.
And Missy said time for Michael King to start his own, and I agree. Yeah. I agree, Michael. He could really, get some backing and get out here and start his own federation, man.
Yeah. Well, the whole thing about it is this, man. There's a difference between an independent promotion and a territorial promotion. Yeah, so, anybody can get out there. It only costs $100 to start a promotion, get a promotion.
But but you got to think now. You talking about territory now? That's a whole nother ballpark. That's a whole nother ballpark.
It's a whole different ball game. And somebody to absorb all this talent, man, that's getting laid off and things like that. Somebody needs to come up with another territory, or Impact, MLW, or GCW, or something needs to get NWA Power. They need to get big enough to where they're on the syndicated, where they're syndicated, where they can be seen all over the country instead of just being seen on Fight. Because the whole thing about it is we're not all going to go on Fight TV, man, and be paying $1.99 every time. We look at 5 minutes of a show, and then they say you can look at the rest of this wrestling show if you pay $3.99, $5.99, $7.99.
They nickel and dime, yeah.
That ain't gonna cut it. So
the mafia. Here, wait a minute.
To start up
wait a minute. Do all that now. Wait a minute.
Hey, back in the day, that's what wrestling was, man. A lot of these federations, man, that started up. They started
Harley Race.
Yeah, Harley Race and all them. They was backed by the underground, man. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, I wouldn't try that now.
No.
You lost everything, man.
Yeah, you're gonna get investigated real quick now.
Man.
I already get involved now, man. It's a total different. It's totally different, man. Because with the information age we got and everything now, so all that stuff it won't happen, man. Anytime you start anything, man, with that kind of money, the government is gonna take it from you. That's once they get a chance.
But WWE, man, I don't know what they doing, but I'm gonna say this too, man. If you own any WWE stocks, I would suggest you sell.
Yeah. Well, see, and that's another thing too. Ron Nico kept saying, they keep putting all these things about how much money they made. They just made they made 223 million last quarter or something like that. I said, okay, they made 223 million last quarter, but how much is left over after they pay all the bills? After they pay all the bills and after they pay those dividend checks to people that's one thing they're not telling you. They saying, okay, this is how much we made, this is how much we grossed, but how much did you net? How much of that was a profit? And then they saying they having record profits, but that can mean anything.
It's easy to say, okay, I made $5 billion before I had to divvy it all out to who needs to get what. Yeah, that's easy to say that, but after everything's been divvied out, if I pay him, pay her, do this, do that, what you got left to work with?
Yeah, and see,
you ain't got $5 billion, that's for sure.
Yeah, and I told him, I said, look, man, I said, Vince want a comfortable number. When it boils all down to it, when the bottom line comes out, Vince and everybody else who actually own a piece of this thing, the main players, Vince, his wife, I guarantee you, she got major stock in that she wants. And then you have Triple H, his wife. Vince is looking for he's looking to feed his family for years, man, children's children. So I'm sure Vince want a comfortable number when it comes down to how much did they net, how much was actually able to put in their bank accounts, when they made their profits. Was this record profit $5,000 or $1,000 that they made for that quarter? Because I know for a fact that through the years, they have lost money during certain times, or they broke even. Yeah. So this record profits thing, they telling us we're making record profits, but they're not telling everybody, they're not giving anybody these numbers on record profits. You know, they are bound to. They got to give us numbers on how much they're making because it's a public company now. So, but they just saying we're making record profits. They're not telling anybody anything. So, you know, look like, man, hey, I don't know, man. I mean, within the next 5-6 months, they might sell this thing off.
Dude, and, man, but what is it gonna be worth? I want to know who gonna buy it, man. That's the thing. Who? Because I mean, whoever buy, and I say if because this could all be a whole nother Vince McMahon propaganda stunt or something. He might not even be trying to sell, but if he does sell, who's gonna buy it? And then how are you gonna rebrand it and repackage it to make it believable or worthwhile again to the public eye?
Yeah.
That's the question right there.
Yeah. I see Michael's asking Missy a question. Missy Childers, you going to partner with me? How are you gonna let Thunder on board? Well, man, I don't know. I mean, it's gonna take some major ducats. I mean, it's gonna take some major ducats when you trying to start a federation, you're trying to start a territory to where you can grab, you can pay people the caliber of Keith Lee, Karrion Kross, Ember Moon, Nala Jax. You can pay those type of people, you know, the kind of money that they demand. Man, it's gonna take something major. I mean, right now, I'm pretty sure that these people are gonna take what they can take.
Of course, man. Of course. I mean, granted. Ooh, I forgot about Disney.
Yeah,
I forgot all about Disney. I forgot all about that.
Yeah,
because I remember when those cuts were happening and WWE was when they first happened. Everybody was talking about Disney. I forgot all about that. They could be in the mix. You never know, and they got the money to give Vince what he wants.
Well, Fox does too. I mean, and Rupert Murdoch, the guy who owns Fox, he's a wrestling fan. He was going to get into it when Ted Turner was in it.
But here's the problem with Fox, man. Word on the grapevine is Fox is basically telling WWE if SmackDown don't keep certain numbers.
Oh, I know.
They and they gone.
That's the reason Charlotte Flair ended up on SmackDown. They wanted Charlotte Flair. They said we want her on SmackDown. They pretty much pulling the strings. So
they got to. Man.
Yeah,
man, it's a lot of backroom politics and wheeling and dealing going on that obviously the public don't see, man. And the powers and the real powers that be, these networks are basically dictating to WWE, hey, you do this, you do that, because if you don't, we out of here, and that's gonna be a lot of money they gonna be missing out on.
Yeah, and man, do you think that have something to do with them? Because they said we're gonna repackage the company, we're gonna have a lot of different matches, and we're gonna have a lot of things that you haven't seen. We seeing the same old matches we've been seeing forever, man. We see I mean, the Street Profits against New Day. How many times we done seen that now? 941 times. I mean, they don't put it back in the same, the same brand, man, and they still wrestling each other. And I would, like I say, I wasn't watching wrestling for years. Every now and then I tune in, but I saw the Street Profits against the New Day years ago. That's been going on for a long time. So, they repackaging the same old things, man. So they rerunning the same game plan. So, do you think SmackDown? I mean, do you think Fox have something to do with this? USA Network have anything to do with who's going out there and wrestle? Because all the talent they have, they wasn't using them. So it's not the talent's fault.
But let's put it like this. If you're Vince McMahon, I'm the network. I look at the numbers and I'm like, man, your numbers are really tanking.
Oh, yeah.
You need to get it up. And if you don't, and I'm going to be like, and if it keeps going, a cycle of, you tanking and your numbers keep dropping, I'm going to be like, look here. At some point, I'm going to be like, look here. You have until this particular date, maybe some years down the line, to get your act together. And if you don't, we out of here. Now, what's that going to do to you? you gonna try everything in your power to put together some matches that will make people want to tune in.
Well,
You gonna literally think of every possible scenario you can. Okay, I need to do this. I need to put them with that. I need to do this. I need to have that stipulation in this match. I need to have a ladder match. I need to have a hell in a... You gonna pull every trick out your book you can for me jumping ship on you.
but are they really doing that, Chris? Or is he making the best possible matches he can make over
Good
there?
God, no, man.
No.
No.
See, that's what I'm saying. All right, Hill Carmichael. Facebook user, is that Michael?
I
Mark
believe
Zuckerberg is going to buy
yeah,
it
that's
and
Michael.
Facebook.
I mean, yeah, that's Michael.
Facebook won't even be named Facebook after a while. It's going to be named something different. Let's see. Hill said, I would be shocked if a well-known celeb by WWE, someone like Sean Carter, Jay-Z, or LeBron James.
Man, if that happens, oh my God, it would be. Oh my God.
They don't have enough money, man. They don't have enough money. I'm sorry. You know,
even if they did have enough money, that would be a disaster.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that right. That would be
Oh yeah.
That would be a disaster.
But yeah. I mean, Vince, if he sell SmackDown, I mean, well, Jay-Z and LeBron, yeah. If LeBron used his people, he could buy it. If he used his corporation, I mean, he could buy it. And if Jay-Z partnered with people, he could buy it too. So yeah, that it can happen, but
it would be a disaster, man, because they wouldn't know how to put the people in the right place to run it.
Oh, I know they wouldn't.
It would be horrible, man.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, I don't know what in the world's going on with WWE, man, but I mean, he is cutting that he's cutting that roster to the bone. Cutting it to the bone. And AEW's roster is swelling like crazy. It's swelling like crazy. And they don't know what to do with all these people, man. And they throwing them on all these dark matches and all that. And you got Tony Khan out there booking people, man. And that's one thing we're gonna talk about too. Like I say, I don't like his booking style, but they doing a couple good things.
Man, you know they put on better matches. I told you, but they putting on them better matches. I told you last night they putting on better matches, man. They making WWE sweat, man. That's why they trying to.
I said that when I watched the first part of Dynamite, it looked good. Then, Chris, it got to the point where it was garbage, and we're going to talk about that.
Man,
garbage. Okay? So, I don't want to hear about all these better matches. Now, Rampage, man, that thing, they hit the mark on that. I got to give it to them. I enjoyed every single one of those matches. Man, I was like, oh, shoot, now Dynamite. Dynamite was rolling the first couple matches. Man, then they started doing all this goofy stuff, man. The same old things that they've been doing over and over and over again. So, we're going to go ahead and get into that, man. But anything else you want to say on this WWE situation, man?
Well, Missy said they ruined it with the Attitude Era the first time. Missy, right. How did they ruin it? Please explain that one to me. How did they ruin it? I want to understand this because that kind of has me intrigued.
Well, Chris, we'll go ahead and let her answer. But to tell you the truth, man, the Attitude Era, after the Attitude Era, they lost a lot of fans. You got to admit that. They lost a lot of fans after the Attitude Era. They lost a lot of fans during the Attitude Era. So, I mean, it was a great era for wrestling. It was. But they lost a lot of fans during that time. And I know Michael's going to say something about that if he's still on. I'm pretty sure.
He said sexualization.
During that Attitude Era. That's what I was going to say, Michael. You're exactly right. It did. And I mean, and plus they had men slapping women in the ring and doing all kind of things like that. Man, but the Attitude Era was exciting. It was good, but man, it was bad too. You had to take the good with the bad. But man, they lost a lot of fans during that time, Chris. You don't go from 10 million to 4 million fans. Well, it went down from 10 to 6 million. Then they went from 6 after that next era went from 6 to 4. You don't drop fans like that. And say, oh, this was a success, man. It was a huge success. No, it was not. It was not. And WWE was the only game in town, man. Only game in town. Because hey, they bought the competition.
Well, now I'll say this, Missy. Now the Attitude Era, I can honestly straight up say it was not for family. It was nothing family oriented about that. And that was the whole purpose.
Yeah.
They've even said they were going for that demographic from 18 to 30. They were going for that demographic of, and 90% of it was males. That's what they were going after for the Attitude Era. So yeah, they were not trying to be family oriented at all, and they didn't do it.
Do you think that was a smart move?
For that little bit of time, yes. For that little bit of time, yeah. Because man,
for a little bit of time. Okay, for a little bit of time, Chris. But let me. Okay, let's see what Missy says here. Jay Eagle, we know that got you in trouble too. Yeah, but if he's on here, what's going on with you, Jay Eagle? But man, Chris, when they did that, man, when they did that, they smacked their families in the face. And what built WWE? Now, I'm gonna leave his father out of it because it was already built to a major company. When Senior had it, it was already built to a major company. But Junior came in, and Junior, what did Junior do? He brought in Hulk Hogan, and it was all about. Why did you tune in to Hulk Hogan, Chris? Mainly, eat your vitamins, buddy.
Hey man, it was something.
Slim Jim. You know, man.
No, I was watching Savage before it was a Slim Jim. Now, wait a minute. Now,
I know you was watching, and I'm just saying it rolled into that, man.
Yeah.
And then you had Ultimate Warrior and stuff like that. It was kid friendly, man. Those kids love WWE. You turn on WWE, man. I mean WWF back then. It was family oriented, man. It was crazy. So I mean, people loved it. They brought their kids out.
But then, like you said, like they said, and it's been documented, they noticed fans were like, okay, that cartoony family stuff, it wasn't working no more. People's minds and objectives is starting to change, and they could see it because live show numbers, it went down, television taping numbers, it went down, and they were like, okay, we still doing what was working in the 80s, coming into the early 90s. It ain't working. It's family friendly and all that and gimmicky. That ain't working. So they were like, okay, how can we switch it up? That's when they started going a little edgy, DX and all that, Stone Cold. Boom. Attitude Era takes off. Numbers through the roof. Shows selling out every day.
Chris, think about it. Man, I want you to think on this, brother. The reason this happened is their stars got old. Okay, Hulk Hogan started getting old. Randy Savage, they really wasn't too old, but remember, Vince stopped using them as wrestlers. Roddy Piper, he stopped using them. Used them as talking heads instead of wrestlers. And like I said, and they started losing this. They looked at those people as stars. So they were trying to build other stars, but they was being cartoonish. They were trying to. It got more outlandish.
But it wasn't working, man. So that's why they were like.
Working. Of course, it wasn't working. But this is what happened, Chris. Their competition. They sent Hulk Hogan. They let Hulk Hogan go over to
WCW.
They let Randy Savage go over to WCW, and their fans who used to be fans of those they didn't stop watching wrestling. They went over to WCW too, and then WCW, which had more of a wrestling base, became closer. Like it was a mix between WCW and what WWF was doing because they brought Hogan's at some of his ideas, and then Eric Bischoff, they was doing a few things. So they changed up their game a little bit, but they was appealing more to those fans. Those fans, WCW didn't just expand out of nowhere like that. Those fans went over there with them. At first,
but the thing is, because that was something new. It was a new toy. A new toy. A lot of fans in the South never actually got to see Hogan wrestle. Never got to see Macho Man wrestle. Because very rarely would they come down south to wrestle, even when they was in the WWF. So this was a new toy. You got to see them on TV. Okay, but now I get to go see them in person. Now I get to see what the big fuss was when they was up in New York. When they coming to my area, I'm going to go check them out. It brought numbers. But then, like I said, wrestling scene and fans started to change. The say your vitamins, eat your prayers, the occupational gimmicks and the cartoonish gimmicks wasn't working across the board, man. You had to evolve to something because people were changing, so wrestling had to change. And I'll pop the Attitude Era, man, and you had to do something.
Of course, man. You're taking it to the extreme. You're missing the point, Chris.
How am
You're
I
missing.
missing?
Okay. Say, man, I would never be a partner with you if in a business. Say, me and you own the grocery store, and Chris say, "Wait a minute, Harry, we can't sell the Chef Boyardee. Harry, we cannot be selling these doggone fruit roll-ups because, man, we want this older market. So let's pull this stuff out, man, and let's bring in some more health food. Let's bring in, let's change these aisles, okay? And then, for the short while, it changes our whole base, and then we have a lot of people that usually go to Whole Foods and Garners and things like that. Go to Garners that like the health food. They come in. We have more of an older market come in. We put it like a restaurant style in there and things like that. We're not kid friendly no more. That's fine and dandy, okay? But you have to keep it in perspective to where when you're a wrestling company, man, you want everybody involved, because you want everybody involved. You want you want your kids. You want kids to want to come to the show. You want women to want to come to the show. You want your older people to come to the show. Yes, they could have went with a harder edge and stuff like that, but they took it too far. That's what I'm trying to say. It went a little too far. They over sexualized it, and like I say, women getting slammed in the ring and all that. You thought the joke was a joke, man. I didn't think it was a joke. Remember when I stopped watching wrestling, man? I thought it was trash. I thought it was just flat out garbage, and it was, man. So you sitting there, you parading this thing like it's the greatest thing in the world, but in the long run, what is the results from it? The results from it is how many fans have they lost? How many fans of WWE lost since the Attitude Era? How many fans have they lost?
Oh, they lost a lot, man. They lost a lot.
So
but you know what? But you know what? I'm gonna say it like this, though. I'm gonna say it like this. And this is gonna be true, and this is gonna be real. And I don't care how nobody take it. This is gonna be true and real.
Be straight up, man. Be straight up.
I'm gonna be straight up. Guess what?
What?
I'm gonna tell you like this. Attitude Era did exactly what I needed to do. It put money in my pocket. It put asses in seats, and I'm laughing all the way to the bank. Ha, ha, ha. Thank you very much. You can go elsewhere with your business. I'm cool.
That all you got?
There it is.
Okay.
That's how I feel about it. It put money in my pocket.
No,
and it put asses in the seats.
I'm listening to Michael. Michael said people love characters they can associate with. Even in the Marvel universe, they humanize the heroes. When you can't associate yourself with any wrestling characters, you won't watch. Exactly. Character sale here. Truth Attitude Era was our childhood memories. Yes. How many did they have before the Attitude Era, and how many after? I mean, they did create new stars. Okay, they created new stars.
They created tons of new stars.
They got Steve Austin. From that was a blessing. They got him out of WCW
because you would have never thought he was gonna be what he is. Thought that.
Well, Ric Flair was about to put him over. Ric Flair was supposed to beat Flair. Hulk Hogan changed that. Austin had the U.S. title. He was about to wrestle Flair, and Hulk Hogan came and changed that. He changed that.
But I think back on it, man.
But he probably wouldn't have held it. He probably would have held it for a week or two.
And I don't. At that time, but at that time, man, he wouldn't have been a believable champion.
Man,
he was mid Carter, man.
No,
at that time, he was.
He was a big.
At that time, you could see Austin as heavyweight champion.
He was a mid Carter because that's the way they put him there, man. But that guy was talented. I mean, that guy.
So you could have seen him as a heavyweight champion.
Yeah, of course. He was, man. Chris, I'm sorry.
I couldn't see it. Couldn't see it.
Well, that's just you.
I couldn't see it. No.
That's you.
No.
That's you.
No.
That's you.
I could not see his name on the marquee. Stunning Steve Austin, U.S. World Heavyweight Champion versus.
How many world titles did he? How many U.S. titles did? How many titles did he have in WCW? People
He had three. He had the tag, the US, and the television. He had three.
Yeah. Well, isn't each one of those a major title? Wasn't those major titles in WCW? Jim Crockett Promotions?
Yeah, but as a main event.
No. The reason
when you're the heavyweight champion, you got to carry the company, man. It's your job to bring people.
Chris, see, you're not listening to me. I'm not saying he could have been he could have carried that company at that time. No, he couldn't. His character couldn't. I'm just saying.
You said Flair was getting ready to put him over, and if Hogan didn't come,
Flair wanted to put him over. Yes, he did.
But yes, okay, Flair wanted to put him.
Talked about that. Bischoff talked about that on 83 Weeks. Go and listen to it. His last podcast talked about that.
If Hogan didn't come and they would put that strap on Austin, that would have been not a smart move at all. I don't care how much talent he got. It would have been horrible.
I don't care. Big Van Vader was supposed to be Hogan. Hogan changed that at Halloween Havoc. Hogan was supposed to be him. Then Big Van Vader was supposed to have came back and beat him at Halloween Havoc and win that title. Hogan changed that. Hogan changed a whole lot of things. But man, I don't care what you say, man. Steve Austin was a very talented wrestler, but you're looking at what the company was at WCW at that time. You couldn't imagine somebody else having that title besides Ric Flair, Sting. You had Lex Luger. You had Big Van Vader. You had so much talent. Steve Austin was stuck in the middle there. I agree there. I agree. You're not listening to me. I agree with what you're saying. I agree 100% what you're saying, but I'm just saying that guy was talented enough to do that, to be a champion, man. He went up to WWE and you see what happened. You see what he became. So
he had a machine behind the man at that man. Okay, like I said, take Hogan out the equation. Okay, take Hogan out the equation. Flair puts him over. He becomes champion. On a scale from 1 to 10, could you believe he would be a decent world champion?
Now, how many times I'm gonna tell you? I'm gonna say this one more time.
I
know everybody out here listening to me. No. I said he wouldn't have been able to carry the company. I'm not gonna say that again. I said this man would not at that time. No, he wouldn't have been able to carry the company. And at that time, when him and Brian Pillman was the Hollywood Blondes, I didn't like them having the tag titles. I didn't think those two could carry the company as tag champions. Like say. So don't sit here.
Now I disagree with you on that. Now the Hollywood Blondes, they were hot, man. They were man.
Hollywood Blondes was a joke, man. Don't go every time you get somebody out there, man. They start doing this camera thing. Man, that was a joke, Chris. That's what you like, man.
But let me tell you this though. Let me tell you this. At that time, WCW's tag division was very weak. It was very weak.
It was weak. I agree. But see, the whole thing about it is this. Why was it weak? Eric Bischoff did not like tag team wrestling, but they had wrestlers there they could have put together as a tag team that could have carried those titles. That was my problem with it. They had people there that could have carried the titles as tag teams. But at that time, man, it was hardly no tag teams because Eric Bischoff did not like tag team wrestling, and he showed that, man. So you only had a few tag teams. So, yeah. But so,
and the ones you had were, oh God,
to me it was a weak tag team, man. I didn't like it. Like I said, and everybody, I remember everybody at work, man. Who was at work? Remember who was at work? Everybody, doing that
because it was the hottest thing around, man.
It was cool. I will say that, man. But it got on my flipping nerve, man. But I'm just saying, I didn't think those guys was that great. But I thought Steve Austin was such a great talent, man. Like I said, I'm sorry. I saw his talent from the get-go. When he was Rookie of the Year. He was when he started off in '89, he was Rookie of the Year, man. Saw his talent then. They compare him to Flair then. So it's what I'm trying to say. I'm saying the guy had the potential to be the champion. I'm not saying that he should have been the champion at the time, man. His character hadn't evolved into that yet. Okay. If Austin became WCW world champion, he wouldn't have went to ECW and WWE. There would be no Attitude Era. He's exactly right. Missy said at that time, WCW was more political, and that's why so much talent had to go to WWE to make a name for themselves. That's how they got over. Exactly. That's true. But, I mean, the same thing what you're saying, Chris, I wouldn't have never been able to see Cactus Jack as the champion over there either, over in WCW.
Oh God!
I mean, he became the champion over there in WWE? What was his name over in WWE? He went by his real name, didn't he? Mick Foley?
Yeah, Mick Foley, Mankind, all that, yeah.
First, yeah. But could you imagine if he would have got the title over there in WCW?
Oh my God!
Ugh. But WCW, man, what they put the title on the doggone actor? So what?
Man, by then I quit watching WCW when they got to that point. I was done.
Yeah. So it got to the point where it was stupid, man. But I'm just saying, Austin had the talent to be the champion over there. That's all I'm saying. He had the talent. He was talented enough to do it. But people ignore his talent.
He'll delete that comment. Stop that. Stop that, man. Stop that. Stop it. Stop that, man. Stop that, man. Stop that.
I'm not even gonna answer that, Hill.
Stop that.
W was on when W was being real. Yeah, Cactus Jack,
man. Stop that. He tripping, man. He tripping.
Yeah, WCW was hardcore, man. They was hardcore for a long time there. Sting versus Cactus Jack, man. Sting would have beat him every time.
He did beat him every time.
Yeah. So, man, let's move on, man. So we talking about this for a while, and I'm going to talk. We're gonna talk about AEW a little bit, man. We're gonna go over that match. Let's go. We're gonna talk about that great match, man. That we
man,
Jet Morrison
and your wrestler, man. Your favorite wrestler.
And I tell you,
Jet Morrison, AJ Frost, man.
Yeah, and I hope everybody, go back and check out this match, man. It's on YouTube, but like I say, we put the link in there on the page, and man, it was special. It was special. A brutal match, man.
Thank you, King. Thank you, King.
Yeah. What'd he say? King said, had to sub. Love seeing my fellow blacks talking wrestler. We appreciate that, bro.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Man, but yeah, as far as that match go, Chris, dang, man, I got the whole card here. But you go and talk about that match a little bit, Chris, man. Now, as far as that match go, they wasn't supposed to actually have that match.
No, they weren't supposed to have it because basically what happened, King Enterprises has been basically suspended and banned from the building. The only one that had to be there was AJ. So AJ basically was like, look here, I'm here. I'm in the ring. I'm doing my contractual obligation by being here as the APW US champion. I'm doing my thing. I'm here with these stupid people and y'all get on my nerves or whatever. And all right, I'm here. All right, y'all still ugly. I'm gone. Well, he was getting ready to leave. The commissioner came out and was like, hey, you here, but you ain't did your part. You ain't did your obligation. He's like, what you mean? I showed up like I'm supposed to. I'm the champion. I'm here. He's like, no. He's like, you got to defend that title every once in a while. He's like, and you're going to defend it because somebody has a rematch against you for that title. And you know who it is? He's like, oh, yeah, Jet Morris. Well, commissioner made the match. Like, you know what? Y'all going to have a match. Here it is. It was oh, God, Michael.
Stupid. Man, goodness sake, man. that ain't right, man.
And so,
and those people were cussing. They were cussing AJ out too, man.
Man, I don't know who that woman was in that purple shirt. I was like, boy, they're gonna have to call the cops on her, but she gonna have to kill him, boy. She gonna kill AJ, boy. I was scared for my man's life.
So, like I say, they got involved in the match, man. And both of these guys, I say AJ is my favorite wrestler, and Jet is probably my second. As far as indie wrestling, and Jet is my second. So, but these two, man, they put on a spectacular match.
Yes, and it ended up being a street fight. Anything goes.
Anything goes. Street fight, man. They went out into the crowd and AJ got in the crowd, sat down next to somebody, and Jet still beating on him right in the crowd, sitting next to people. I'm like, man, yeah.
I was like, oh my goodness, it got violent, boy. That match got violent, man.
Now, Missy, if you want me to throw Chris Thunder Anderson in there, he's one of my favorites too. He's probably my third favorite, but I haven't seen him.
Man, come on, man.
Yeah, he is. Man, you know how much I told you I liked him when I first saw him over at AEW, man. Exciting guy. I like him.
Look, man, look. I know your nose is naturally brown, but you got some extra on there, man.
Well,
you got some extra on there. You got some extra on there, man.
Who else I'm gonna put before him? Who else I'm gonna put before him?
Pony Boy.
He'd probably be my favorite.
Pony Boy.
Who?
You put Pony Boy up there.
Man, you must be out your mind, man. Pony Boy. I've seen Pony Boy twice, man. I'm not saying he's not, he's a pretty decent wrestler, man, but he ain't my favorite right now. You can brown nose him all you want to and put him up there, but your wife probably will say that because she liked him. She thought he was a talented guy. He's talented, but no, he ain't no my favorite wrestler. He's probably about a 7.
Oh wow! And speaking of the devil, look who had something to say.
Who said that?
Who you think? Pony Boy.
Man, whatever. Brino, you got to show me a little bit more, man. The more I see you, the more I might like you, man. Like I said, it took AJ Frost a few times before he became my favorite wrestler. So your boy AJ, give him his props, man. I like what's the name too. I like Squeaks. I like McClure. He's probably my 4th or 5th. But so I mean, it's not too many. The most of the guys that I like are from King Enterprises. So I will say that. Most of the guys I like.
Hey, I'll say this: King Enterprises is the best thing going to independent wrestling right now.
Man, shut up, man. I know what that is. Just like you did the other night, man, with that doggone shirt. You had your shirt on and all that. You brown nosing these guys, man.
I am not brown nosing, man. I am stating facts, man. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong.
Okay.
They did not cheat, man. They did not cheat. Go back and watch the film.
Missy said Chris is watching with her. Hey, Chris. Hopefully me and Chris gonna get down to Rutherford or whatever. We're gonna get down and see some HPW shows. We're gonna, we're gonna make some plans, go down and check you out wherever you at. Because like I said, I think I've seen him twice so far. But the 2 times, and both times I saw him was in tag team.
I've seen Thunder. It was all the APW when I've seen him. I think it's about 4 or 5 times I've seen him.
I've seen him twice at APW, but I think both times it was tag team. I like to see him in a singles match. But, man, he impressed me. And, that's one thing I told you. I said, who is that? You like, man, that's Chris Thunder Anderson. I said, man, that guy's good. And you was like, yeah, man, yeah, he definitely he can go.
Yeah, he can go, man. And plus, he's got your stuff. He's your type of wrestler. He's got that old school
he's my type of wrestler. He's got the style, man. He's got the size for it and everything. I like him. I've seen AJ pretty much got me over with his talking and all that.
Wow, Misty, really? Missy, I am not sucking up bad. I am just stating facts, man. Go look at it right now. What is the best faction of independent wrestling? It's King Enterprises. That is not sucking up. That is facts.
Hey, that's facts, man. But still, that might be. Well, we haven't seen all the factions, and so we can't really say that.
Man, I'm trying to tell you, man.
All the factions right here in the South right now we've seen. So anywhere from Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, we've seen. So around here so far. So I mean, I don't know about the other factions, and as far as independent wrestling goes so far right now. So I can't say that's the number one in the nation, Chris. And if you saying they are, then you're being dishonest.
No, I'm being straight up. I'm living my truth. I'm being straight up.
Right, man. Invite Brino on the show. You always have bums and never good wrestlers. We are the coolest, baddest, and most entertaining faction in wrestling today. Hey, Brino, you're welcome. Hey, Chris, if you want to send him an invite, man, he can come on now if he wants to. But now let's do Rampage. After we do Rampage and
but let's finish the match, man, with AJ and Jet though.
Yeah, man. So
let's finish that up, man.
AJ said, forget about all this. It's a bunch of garbage going on here. And plus, the lady was cussing him out, man. So he got tired of that stuff. I'm surprised AJ didn't jump out there and slap her, man, for real, man. But
man, I'm trying to tell you, it was rough, man. I've never seen him like that. He was so frazzled, man. And he actually, Jet busted him up, man. He started bleeding and everything. And And AJ was like, you know what? Screw this. He told his lady, hey, go get the car. Went got his suitcase and came out. He's like, I'm out of here. I'm done. I'm done with it. No, I ain't got time for this.
I couldn't believe he actually was gonna do that, man. But I figured he was. When he said, get it, pack it up. Pack it up. You know, it's time to get out. He said, get out of here. The hell with this, man. Boom. Walked out the door, man. That was pretty smooth, though. I like that, man. I haven't seen anything like that in a long time.
Man, but yeah, those two are gonna have a serious meeting, man. When it do, I want to be there. When it really hits the fan, I want to be there for that, man.
Yeah, but I like Jet, man. I like everything he brings to the table. I like everything AJ brings to the table too, man. So I look forward to these two guys slugging it out for a while. But man, it's brutal. So like I said, I don't know how long this thing gonna go on.
That's a good question, man.
We'll see. All right, man. Chris Intelligence is through the roof. HBTU are lucky to have such a dashing man to be your partner. Take notes from Chris. Yeah, Michael. Yeah, whatever, man. Every time you see King Enterprises, you're on the edge of your seat because you never know what we would do next. I got something special for you Saturday. Be there. Yeah, I know we never know what you're gonna do next, man. Because like I said last Saturday, you cheat, man. You guys cheat, and I don't care.
They do not cheat, man.
They cheat, man. They cheat. And like I say, you know, even though he was retaliating for the other group cheating, like I say, Michael King, man, you guys, man, something ain't right. But
oh my goodness, man.
I'm gonna go ahead and roll with it, man. I'm gonna go ahead and roll with it and say what y'all are. Y'all a great group, man. Great teamwork and everything. I can't, you know, I can't have anything else to say against you. I mean, Chris, but Chris, man. Chris is gonna be in the room.
What? Huh? What?
You might as well be.
Man, what is going on with your Wi-Fi, man? What you breaking up, man? You sound like you in the Matrix, man. What you? Your sound breaking up. You froze over there and everything.
Give me a second. Well, I'm gonna go off. Just a second.
Okay. You was coming through. Well, you froze up again. Well, I'm sorry, everybody. Partners having some technical difficulties. Still having technical difficulties. But yeah. Yeah, they definitely got to stop using that C word. Yeah, they definitely got to stop that. Cause I don't see any cheating at all. I don't see none of that happening. Yeah. But yeah. We're gonna be out actually trying to make some actual shows coming out, seeing some live shows and everything, and yeah, and we're gonna definitely do some coverage. We got a lot going on. We got a big show coming up this month. We got one, was it the 13th? Got one on the 13th, got one on the 23rd. Then APW is running every Saturday. So yeah, it's a lot going on. Okay, you back, man?
Is it still? Yeah, is it still doing that?
Yeah.
I mean,
you good now?
Went down. Yeah, AT&T went down completely, man. I couldn't even. I tried to run a speed test, man. They went down completely. So,
boy, you in that? Boy, I told you, boy, you that DSL, boy.
It's nothing I can do about it, Chris. I told you, in my area, man, I can't even get the cable modem in this area, man. I can't even get cable. That's messed up. So you
gotta get out. You gotta get out them woods, man. You gotta get back in the city limits.
Man, I bought this place, man. So it's It's
Oh Lord,
halfway
the boy,
paid.
but he unbought the farm. Oh Lord, he unbought the farm. Didn't even get a cow. He bought the farm, didn't even get a cow. God Almighty.
Hey, I seen enough of those, man. We had enough of those on my grandma's farm when I was little. So I don't need to be milking no more cows, man. I'm done with that. Those days gone, gone, bro. Okay. But did you finish up? I don't know. You didn't finish up, man. But okay, we finished up with AJ.
Yeah, we finished up. Yeah.
Jet match. So man, let's roll over to AEW, man. Talk about them a little bit. AEW Rampage, man. Did you get to see it? For Friday night, you did.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, yeah. Bryan Danielson, man. His match with Eddie Kingston, man. Great match, man.
That was a hard hitting match, man. That was.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
Boy, I was like, man,
it was really good. But man, I don't want to hear no 5 stars from you. I do not want to hear 5 stars because Bryan Danielson. Like I said about Bryan Danielson at the beginning.
Here we go.
Before, what did I say Bryan Danielson was, man?
Well, we only got like three moves.
Yeah, four move Bryan 4 move Danielson. That's what I call him now.
Man.
Bryan 4 move Danielson. That's what he does, man. 4 moves.
Man, man, come on.
He get on my flipping nerve. And like I said, Eddie Kingston don't do a whole bunch of moves, man, but he does more than Bryan Danielson. I mean, and like Bryan Danielson, you tell me right now that this guy made, it was WWE that made Bryan Danielson, man.
I agree. I agree, man.
I mean, I'm sorry. They the ones who made Daniel Bryan. I mean, he did wrestle in Ring of Honor before that. And then he went over to WWE and he become this big star. But they the ones pushed him to that point. But they pushed him to that point because of the intensity that he brings in the matches. He's very intense. So he looks good when he does it. Everything that he do, it looks good because it's high impact, high intensity, a lot of energy in there. But I mean, he's very repetitive in everything that he does. And there's nothing wrong with that. Everybody has a repetitive movement as far as wrestling. Everybody has a style.
True. Yeah.
But I don't know, man. It's just like, when I look at this guy, man, I'm sorry, Finn Balor comes to mind. And I'm like, Finn Balor is a star. That guy right there is an athlete. That guy right there has a lot of moves. He can do a lot of things. That's the kind of person, I think about him. I'm like, why isn't he bigger than Bryan Danielson? They didn't push him, so they're not pushing Finn Balor like that. But they should.
You're right. The fans did force WWE to make Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, no doubt. Even when HBT's wife, I hate him. You're exactly right, man. It does. It can't stand me.
Golly, man.
It hates me. All right, man. But I gave the match, man, I gave it 4, almost a 4.5, Chris. Not quite. A little bit over 4. 4 stars. 4.5 of a star. So 4.25. What about you?
I give it about a 4. I give it a little.
Okay.
I give it right at a 4, man.
Well, I thought you were gonna say 5 stars, boy. 6, 7 stars.
Man, no.
Well, I'm gonna be mad, boy. I'm gonna be rolling on the floor, boy. Okay, man. We had the next match, man. We had Matt Sydal versus I don't know what happened to Chris. But next match we had Matt Sydal versus Dante Martin. This right here was a very good match. Matt Sydal. He's been teaming up with Dante Martin. I think this right here was supposed to be a tag team match. Matt Sydal and his brother Mike. I think his brother name is Mike. They were supposed to wrestle Dante Martin and Dante Martin's brother. Okay, Chris, you back?
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, that was supposed to be a tag team match. Matt Sydal and what is Mike Sydal. And Matt Sydal was supposed to go against Dante Martin and Darius Martin.
Yeah.
But Darius, I think Mike was hurt, and Darius wasn't able to make it or something like that. So it ended
something's
up
going on. Yeah, something's going on.
ended up being a singles match. Very good match, man. These guys, Dante Martin has a lot of talent, man. I mean,
Yeah, he does, man.
This guy's great, but all this jumping around, man, it kind of gets me a little nervous about him, man. I mean, he continues to wrestle like that. He ain't gonna wrestle like that too. He ain't gonna wrestle too long. I mean, his joints, man. I'm just like, this joint. And I know he's young, man. I know he's young, so he can continue to do this for a long time, not for a while.
Hold on now. I just got something about your favorite wrestler in AEW just tweeted about the WWE Cuts. He said, and I quote, and if you don't know who I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking about Kenny Omega. He said, old rivals, old friends, some I've never encountered. I don't mind padding my record if they don't mind being a statistic. See if I care.
Who said that? Kenny Omega said that?
He just said that on his Twitter about the Cuts.
Start from the beginning again. Say it one more time.
Old rivals, old friends, some I've never encountered. I don't mind padding my record if they don't mind being a statistic. See if I care.
Wow.
End quote.
Man. Okay, first let's finish up with this Matt Sydal thing and Dante Martin.
I'm trying to.
Then we'll go back to this Kenny Omega thing, okay? I definitely want to talk about that. Okay, this match between Matt and Dante, and Matt has a lot of talent too. But Matt, man, Matt Sydal, I want him in tag team action from now on. He's at an age where he should finish off his career in tag team matches. And like I said, he's gonna be in the middle of the pack. He's gonna be in the middle of the pack being a solo wrestler. And Dante, Dante, they're gonna put him over Matt Sydal. And Dante Martin, he's only gonna go so far.
True.
He's gonna have to have a tag team partner. But man, he's the kind of wrestler, Dante Martin. If I was Tony Khan, this is what I would do with him. I will take him and I will send him to NWA Power. I will send him to Impact. I will send him to some of these independents. Let him build up a record in some of these places. A few months, couple months here, and a few months.
Shoot, I will send him New. You know me. I'll send you New Japan in a minute. I'll send you New Japan in a minute.
Let that guy come back and within like 2 years, man. That guy be another Sting, man. He'd be like, let him build himself up. And continue to talk about him.
Of course.
Continue to talk about him, show a film of him, in New Japan, the things that he's doing, and let him come back and make special appearances, and then make him a regular. Like a year and a half down the road, 2 years, man. That guy, man, he could be something special. But he continues on like he is in the way they running the program with him now.
Mm-hmm.
He's, man, not gonna say he's not gonna be nothing, but he's gonna be he would never be a top 10 wrestler. I mean, he'll be probably top 7 to 8. I don't see him getting too far. Him and Leo or Rush probably win the titles a couple times, but that's basically it. So I think his talent is going to get wasted if they don't come up with a different plan for him.
Another thing AEW needs to do.
Mm-hmm.
They need more belts.
Yeah, I agree.
They need more belts because, I mean, now don't over exaggerate the whole company with belts, but put just enough out there where you can use more of your talent.
That's right.
And give other talent more opportunities. Give them a purpose.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I say. I mean, because you only get you only got two. Well, other than tag belts, you only got 3 main belts. You got the world, you got the TNT, and you got the tag. That's it.
Yeah. That's it.
That's it. You need at least 2 more. I would say 2 more belts at the max.
Yeah, with all that talent they have, man, shoot.
At least 2 more belts at the match.
Yeah. But I gave that. Like I said, I'm going to score it. I gave it a 4.5. Okay. What about you?
Oh yeah, I definitely give that 4.5, man. Definitely, hands down.
And then the last match, man, we had Britt Baker against this monster, man.
Oh my God, Abaddon, bro.
I was thinking at first, man, this was just a Halloween thing, but then I was like, wait a minute, now she's always like that.
Mm-hmm. Every day Halloween with her.
Yeah, man. So, man, at first, like I didn't really care for the match. I did care for the match, man, but I'm like, it's not really turning out that good. But it got better and better and better. So I'm just gonna go ahead and score that. I gave that 4 stars. What about you?
I definitely give that 4 stars easy, man.
Yeah. So AEW Rampage, man, from the Straight Up Wrestling show, we give it 4.5 stars, man. It was a really good show. What you think about it, Chris?
I gave it about 4.5 too, man. So
yeah. So I mean, so the way I look at it, for the week, AEW was starting off on a roll, even though we know the week usually starts on Saturday, or you can say Sunday to Saturday. Mm-hmm. But that was the start of their week. They was on a roll, so we gonna roll on into Dynamite. Before we go into this Dynamite, let's address this thing. Let's address this Kenny Omega situation. What he said on Twitter.
I just posted in the Facebook group, by the way.
Okay, well, Kenny Omega, man, I don't know how many is going to end up over there on AEW, but Kenny Omega, he can meet some of these guys at Impact. Kenny Omega is a traveling guy. He can meet some of these guys in New Japan or whatever. But this is his chance to wrestle them because WWE is not sharing their wrestlers with all these other companies. So he didn't get a chance to run into these guys. So this is his chance to run into them. But man, Kenny Omega, I don't know, man. He is a great wrestler. He's a great wrestler. I mean, I think he deserves more recognition than what he actually gets.
Okay.
But, man, I feel like he's stuck. I feel like he's stuck. I mean, as far as, and maybe because it's the landscape of the way wrestling is now, the way it's centered. That he's not going to get any more popular. I mean, Roman Reigns is, he's involved with WWE. And WWE.
I was kind of laughing because I was thinking about we talking about these cuts.
Yeah.
Somebody posted a picture of the cover for WWE 2K22, and it showed Roman Reigns standing by himself holding the belt in the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air living room when it was empty. And they were like, this is going to be the cover for WWE 2K22. I was like, wow.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
But Kenny, like you said, man, Kenny has an opportunity now to wrestle a lot of people. Some people he probably hasn't wrestled in a long time, and some people he's probably never had the opportunity to wrestle. So this is definitely his chance to do so. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and another thing, man. Yeah, Bianca Belair, not Bianca. What is it? Yeah, Bianca Belair. She PWI's number one. She was chosen number one female wrestler. She's chosen number one.
I can see that. that
for the year. So yeah. So now they done got that out. Kenny Omega was ranked number one. They ranked Bianca Belair number one. So she definitely has that talent, man. She's definitely on her way to being the best, women's wrestler out there right now. So
definitely.
Kenny Omega, man. I wish I don't know, man. Maybe he should wrestle more and more away from the faction. I mean, have the faction, but he needs to wrestle more away from them. He's in a lot of tag team situations with these guys. A lot of 6-man, a lot of 8-man matches with these guys. He should wrestle solo, a lot more solo matches. Defend that title, man. You defend that title against everybody everybody he get a chance to defend that title. Because man, he needs to go down in with legendary status. He's already going to get there. He's already there because of what he's done in New Japan and things like that. So he's already there. Already consider him that. Man, but there's a lot of people over in AEW he can defend that title against, man, and have a lot of legendary matches.
And what's so funny, man, when it came to Kenny Omega, it was so funny because there were so many people who never got the chance to see him wrestle, man, until he came to AEW. Because he was basically over in New Japan, and New Japan at the time, unless you were really, like I said, really into wrestling, you didn't know nothing about New Japan.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's what I heard. That's I think that's the first place I heard of him. I knew of him before I saw him on AEW, but I didn't really get to see him wrestle much. I saw him, because I had NJPW on Direct TV, and they would come on, and I'd flip on it every now and then, and I saw him. I was like, man, this guy's spectacular. But hey, he's definitely. I mean, man, he's a notch above everybody in wrestling to me. There's nobody that can touch him. Now, if he was in WWE tried to sign him. Well, I think 3 times, 4 times they tried to sign him.
Yeah, that would have been the worst thing he would ever did in his career.
Yeah, they would have ruined it, man. They would have ruined it. But let's move on to Dynamite. Let's knock these out real quick, man. Kenny Omega versus Alan Angle from the Dark Order. That was a pretty good match, man.
Oh, you're talking about 10?
Yeah, 10. Yeah.
10. Yeah, that was good, man.
Was that 10?
John Moxley?
No, it was Omega versus Kenny Omega. This Dynamite just passed, man. He wrestled.
Yeah. I was thinking about
Yeah, you thinking about the last time, I know. But that was a pretty good match, man. This guy, they was like, he might have Kenny's number, man. But yeah, he put on a pretty good match. I was shocked.
Yeah, he might have his number, man. But if he does, he's gonna have to wait in line because we know Hangman Adam Page has got that opportunity right now.
Oh yeah, he does. But man, I gave that match a 4. It was pretty good.
I gave that a 4 too.
It almost got to a 4.5. Then we had Malachi Black. He had a segment, and right after that we had CM Punk had a segment. But Malachi Black, he was talking about Cody Rhodes, and then CM Punk come out there, and I think CM Punk was basically talking about that thing with Eddie Kingston. Because Eddie Kingston come out there and fussing at him and stuff like they say, you getting involved in my business and all that. And CM Punk didn't have anything with him, but CM Punk was like, I don't like anybody interrupting me. So they supposed to wrestle this Friday. So I gave both of those segments. I combined them. I give that a thumbs up. It went off pretty well. So what about you?
Yeah, it went off pretty good, man. Because you got to think Eddie basically got in CM Punk's face after he got beat by Bryan Danielson.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, right. And there was an issue backstage back then. So them two are definitely gonna be a pretty good match.
Yeah, and man, and I'm real interested in seeing this because of Eddie, his style will complement CM Punk well.
Yeah, so, Eddie is very, very snug at times.
Yeah. So CM Punk should be able to, he should be able to put together a really good match against Eddie Kingston. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. Then we had, man, the Lizard Man, the Luchadors or whatever you want to call him, Christian Cage and Jungle Boy. They beat up the Young Bucks and Adam Cole, man. And Adam Cole got smashed. His head got smashed in between 2 chairs, man. What's up with that?
Man, come on, man. That's the old concerto, man. That's the old concerto move that Edge and Christian used to use back in the day, man.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. But, man, I'm just like, goodness sake, Adam, man. Adam shouldn't be in that situation right now. Adam should be enjoying himself. Adam should be dominating, and he should be dominating. How long he's been over at AEW right now?
Maybe
been
about
over 5 weeks now.
Yeah, maybe a little over a month. Yeah, a little over a month. Yeah. Yeah,
he should be dominating, man. He should be just beating people's tails and taking their names, man.
No, man, because the what was it, Super Elite or whatever? They the new NWO, man. They the new NWO.
Yeah. Man, the Lollipop Guild, man.
Man, see, you and Cornette, man. Y'all need to stop that.
That's what Jim Cornette calls them, man, the Lollipop Guild. Hey, it's a good faction, man. I like them. I ain't gonna sit here and say I don't like them. It's just I don't think they're using it. I don't think they're using people right, man. I mean, And I want to, like I say, I want to see Kenny Omega wrestle more singles matches. I want to see Adam Cole wrestle more singles matches. That's just it. It's, I don't mind them having that faction and everything, man. It's just they always come out together, doing their little, their little moves, whatever, do their little thing, man. I'm like, come on, man, come on, use your talent. So, all right, man. And who is the punk that says, Chris, speak slowly for him?
Who you think it is?
Is it Brino?
The one and only.
All right, Brino. If you still on, I'll see you. Hopefully you be there Saturday at APW, brother. I wasn't gonna go, but now I'm coming. So you can say that to my face.
Oh, the gauntlet has been laid. Hey, and I'm gonna be doing commentary, so hey, I ain't got nothing to do with that. That's gonna all be on y'all.
I don't want to have nothing to do with it, man, because it's gonna be some extreme violence if Brino get in my face. You understand?
Oh, okay, man. I hear you now.
Nah, I'm just joking, man. I'm just tripping. All right, but let's see. Here, Hikaru Shida, man, she finally got her 50-win plaque, man.
Yeah, she finally got that 50-win plaque, man, and that that's a good thing for her, man. That's a good thing for Shida, man. I'm proud of her.
Guerrero and by Chavo, not Chavo Guerrero, man. Doggone, what is that woman's name, man? She beginning to look like Chavo.
Vicky, man, Vicky. Golly.
It got interrupted by Vicky Guerrero, man, and Nyla Rose. Man, I thought he was gonna jump here, Hikaru.
I did too, man. I'm like, boy, Nyla looking a little bit bigger. She already big. She looking bigger. I'm like, ooh.
Hikaru already hurt. She's hurt up. Okay, Inner Circle had their showdown with America's Top Team.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. That is something that they built. That's something that they're building up.
What's your boy Dan?
Well, they're gonna get him in the. They got him involved, man. They're gonna get him in the ring.
Well,
like no.
Well, he opened his mouth, said he the number one member, so
yeah,
he put himself out there. I'm like, oh boy.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. See, that's another thing too about AEW. Man, it's so many factions and so many warring, so many things going on, man. Everybody, they never can finish a match cleanly. Everybody's always attacking somebody. They always coming together, man, to argue and everything like that. It's like this, like I said before, wrestling with AEW, especially AEW, WWE too. It's mimicking the streets, man. It's mimicking the streets. And all you see is chaos over and over. And I don't want to hear this crap about, that's what you like, man, chaos. No. That's why I stopped watching wrestling before. This thing is just, it's just too much, man. Give me a clean match, man. Have the guys stroll out there. Have a singles match. These guys stroll out there, have the match, leave. Just like they started us off, a couple of matches. Go out there, leave. Every now and then have. I wanna see like when the Horsemen used to attack people, or somebody will come out of somebody else will come out of the crowd that would attack people. I used to like when it was a surprise. Now I'm not surprised at anything, man, and it's getting on my flipping nerve. I mean, are you surprised when there's any attacks, not just in AEW, WWE too? Or are you surprised when somebody getting attacked?
No, I'm not surprised, but I love it though. I love it.
And you talking about I like the chaos. You like the chaos, man. Why in the world do you love it?
Man, cuz, man, I like seeing people get beat up and get thrown all over the place, man, getting jumped and carried out on stretchers and stuff, man. And I love it, man.
Man, okay. All right, Chris. What's the best wrestling show you've seen complete? I mean, just the best wrestling show you've seen in the last 6 months.
Ooh. Now we talking about between
I'm talking about Indy's in there too. The best show you've seen.
July 3rd, APW.
See that? Why was it the best show, Chris?
It was chaos, man. It was chaos. It was chaos, man. It was chaos, man. Michael King up there getting thrown against the cage. You didn't expect to see all that, man.
But I know, but I'm just saying people didn't get jumped and everything like that, man. The matches went to completion.
Man,
that's what I want to see, man. That's the kind of things that I want to see. You know, what's name had a great pay-per-view. That last pay-per-view that AEW.
Oh, AEW. Oh, yeah.
Whew, you know, but you didn't have people getting jumped and all that stuff. I think like a couple people got jumped in there. But man, you know, it went to completion. That's what I want to see in wrestling, man. And that's one thing I hope AEW gets to. I don't know. It's getting on my flipping nerve. Well, I'm getting a little tired here, man. But Matt Sydal, the next match, no, he has a new partner, man. Who is this Lee Moriarty? Moriarty. Have you seen him before?
No, I've never seen him before, man.
I've heard of him. Oh, okay. He's this new partner, and they're gonna take on Leo Rush and Dante Martin. Is it next week or is it Friday?
I want to say it's next week, man.
Yeah. I've seen this guy before. I know of this guy. I think I saw him in Ring of Honor. I'm pretty sure I have. Okay. He's pretty good, but no, he's not a Dante Martin, but he's pretty good. So we're gonna have to see what happens there, man. But
yeah,
you know, I don't know if what's the name signed him or not. If he's actually signed, I don't think he's signed. I hope he's not signed because
you probably see him on Darker somewhere, man, or something like that.
Yeah, probably. But Tony Khan's got to stop signing so many people, man. He's got to stop signing so many people.
Yeah, okay, right. I will agree with that.
Yeah, but Jamie Hayter, man, she beat Anna Jay with interference from your girl Britt. Okay, then what's the name had to come out there to save Anna Jay? Thunder Rosa.
Yeah, Thunder Rosa. Yeah.
Okay, that match, I didn't even grade that match, man, but I'm gonna give it 3 stars. What about you?
Yeah, 3. Yeah.
Then Jade Cargill got up there and started talking about, man, you know, her positioning in the new tournament or whatever. She was born. So that was a boring segment. I
don't even remember that.
It wasn't nothing to remember. MJF, you know, his segment, and you know, him and Darby going back and forth. Then Darby jumped in there, man. Came out of him, but MJF said he's not getting involved. MJF took off up the ramp. Sting come out there and some other people behind Sting, so they forced him back. Then he ended up getting in the fight, you know. So man, you know, he had to take it to Darby. That was pretty good action, man, out there. So
he didn't have to beat MJF. He didn't have to beat MJF up that bad, man. He didn't have to beat him up that bad, man.
No, to beat him up that bad, man. But hey, MJF been talking a lot of mess, man. So he had it coming. So, but I give that a thumbs up. That was pretty cool. I like that. Andrade defeated Cody Rhodes by interference.
Yeah.
But he did defeat him. That was a pretty good match, Chris. That was a pretty good match before the interference. I think I'm gonna give that 4 stars, man. What about you?
Yeah.
Before the ending there, I think I give that 4 stars. It was a really good match. These two guys matched up well. But you know what, Chris? And like I say, I don't know what you think about it, man. But I would like to see Idolo and Miro in the tag team, man.
What?
Yeah. I would like to see Andrade, El Idolo, and Miro in a tag team. I think it's a good tag team.
I don't know, man.
I think it'd be a good tag team.
That will probably have to grow on me, man, because I ain't too sure.
Man, look. Only reason I say that is because Idolo came out there by himself, and then his guy who's his assistant, then he showed up. The reason I thought about this is because I saw Idolo come out there by himself. Idolo don't look that good by himself, man. He needs somebody bringing him out there. I'm saying he needs somebody to present him. He looked better when Guerrero was coming out there with him, or Vicky come out there with him. Chavo came out there with him. Now he's got this other guy coming out there with him, and he used Ric Flair's move, man. He put the guy. He used the figure 4 leg lock. Got it. I think he got it reversed on him. But for some reason, man, I'm looking at Idolo. When I looked at Miro against Cassidy, man, I was like that. Those two will be a good tag team. You know, I could be wrong, but think about it though. Okay, Then you had John Silver, man. You know, he's out there talking crap. What you think about that?
John Silver.
it was a waste of time. You ask me.
Yeah, that was yeah.
Give thumbs down. See, those kind of things, man, it just drags the show down to me. But then you had
Time fillers, man. Time fillers.
Yeah, Orange Cassidy versus Miro, man.
That was a decent match, man. That was a decent match once it finally got started. I give that about a 3.5.
Yeah, I agree with you there. 3.5. Miro won by submission. So man, Dynamite, I haven't oh man, I don't know what in the world to give Dynamite, man. It started off good.
I'd say a 3.
Yeah, let's pump it up to a 3.5. Yeah. It just those fillers, man. Those fillers is what took this show down. I didn't like it.
Yeah.
Oh, but man, that's pretty much it, man. And if you on YouTube, hit that like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. And if you're on Facebook, hit that share,
like. Share, yes.
And until next time, hey, we'll see you.
And that's straight up.
Yeah.